Life changes when you change. Right now, you have the power to transform your entire existence. It starts with one decision, one action, one habit. Good habits are the foundation of success, happiness, and fulfillment. They're the small choices we make each day that compound over time into remarkable results. But here's the catch. Good habits don't just happen. You have to force yourself to develop them. Think about it. Every morning when that alarm goes off, you have a choice. Hit snooze and drift back to sleep, or jump out of bed ready to seize the day. Every time you sit down to a meal, you choose between nourishing your body or indulging in empty calories. Each time you finish a task at work, you decide between tackling the next item on your list or scrolling social media for just 5 minutes. These moments, these tiny decisions, are the building blocks of your life. String enough good choices together, and you create an unstoppable force of positive momentum. But it takes effort. It takes deliberately pushing yourself out of your comfort zone over and over again. Why is it so hard? Because your brain is wired to conserve energy and stick to familiar patterns. It wants you to stay exactly where you are, doing exactly what you've always done. Change feels uncomfortable. New habits feel awkward and difficult at first. But here's the secret. Force yourself through that initial discomfort and something magical happens. Those good habits start to feel natural. They become automatic. What once required immense willpower now feels effortless. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Those first steps are the hardest. Your muscles burn, your lungs ache, you question why you ever thought this was a good idea, but you keep pushing. One foot in front of the other. And slowly but surely, you start to build momentum. Your body adapts, your stride lengthens. Before you know it, you're bounding up that mountain with ease, energized by how far you've come and excited for the view at the top. Developing good habits works the same way. At first, it's a struggle. Getting up early feels impossible. Eating healthy feels like a chore. Exercising regularly feels like torture. But force yourself to do it anyway. Push through the resistance, because on the other side of that struggle is freedom. Freedom from the old patterns that have been holding you back. Freedom to become the person you've always known you could be. Freedom to achieve things you never thought possible. Consider this. Everything you are right now, everything you have, is the result of your habits. Your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, all of it stems from the small choices you make each day. If you're not satisfied with where you are, it's time to change those choices. Start small. Pick one area of your life you want to improve and focus on building one good habit. Maybe it's drinking more water throughout the day. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes before bed instead of watching TV. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk on your lunch break. Whatever it is, commit to it fully. No excuses, no days off. Force yourself to do it every single day for 30 days straight. It will be hard at first. Your mind will try to talk you out of it. But stay strong. Push through. Because after those 30 days, something remarkable will happen. That new behavior will start to feel normal. It will become part of who you are. And that's when the real magic begins. Because once you prove to yourself that you can change one habit, you realize you have the power to change any habit. You've tapped into a wellspring of personal growth that will transform every aspect of your life. Think of the compounding effect this can have. Let's say you force yourself to wake up 30 minutes earlier each day to exercise. At first, it's miserable, but you push through. After a month, it starts to feel routine. You have more energy throughout the day, your mood improves. You start making healthier food choices because you don't want to undo your hard work at the gym. Those healthier food choices lead to better focus and productivity at work. Your improved performance gets you noticed, leading to new opportunities and advancements. The extra income allows you to invest in personal development. Books, courses, you're learning and growing rapidly. Your increased confidence and positive energy attract new people into your life. Your relationships deepen and flourish. You find yourself tackling goals and challenges you never would have attempted before. All of this entire cascade of positive change stems from that one decision to force yourself out of bed 30 minutes earlier. That's the power of good habits. They create a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. But remember, it all starts with that initial push. You have to be willing to force yourself out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to do the hard thing, even especially when this is where most people fail. They wait for motivation to strike. They wait to feel ready, but here's the truth. Action comes first, motivation follows. You have to force yourself to take that first step, and then the next, and then the next. The motivation, the excitement, the momentum, it all comes after you start moving. Think of it like jumping into a cold pool. Standing on the edge, you'll never feel ready. But the moment you jump in, your body starts to adapt. Within minutes, the water feels comfortable. You're glad you took the plunge. Developing good habits works the same way. Don't wait until you feel like it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Start where you are with what you have. Force yourself to take that first uncomfortable step. And here's a powerful trick. Focus on identity, not just actions. Don't just say, I'm going to exercise more. Say, I'm going to become the kind of person who exercises regularly. Don't just say, I'm going to eat better. Say, I'm going to become someone who prioritizes their health and nourishes their body. This subtle shift makes a world of difference. Because when you tie your habits to your identity, they become part of who you are. You're no longer fighting against yourself. You're simply acting in alignment with the person you've decided to become. Remember, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to be. Every time you force yourself to follow through on a good habit, you're reinforcing that identity. You're becoming, step by step, choice by choice, the best version of yourself. But what about when you slip up? What about when you fall back into old patterns? This is where many people derail their progress. They miss one day at the gym and decide they've ruined their streak. They have one unhealthy meal and throw in the towel on their entire diet. Don't fall into this trap. Perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Understand that developing good habits is not a linear process. There will be setbacks. There will be days when your willpower falters. This is normal. It's part of the journey. The key is to never miss twice. If you slip up, don't beat yourself up. Simply get back on track immediately. Force yourself to get right back into your routine. This resilience, this ability to course correct quickly, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about forcing yourself to show up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because here's the beautiful truth. The more you force yourself to do the right thing, the easier it becomes. What once felt like a monumental effort slowly transforms into second nature. The habits that used to drain your willpower now energize and inspire you. Think about brushing your teeth. As a child, it probably felt like a chore. Your parents had to remind you, maybe even force you to do it. But now it's automatic. You do it without thinking. In fact, you probably feel uncomfortable if you don't do it. That's the power of a well-established habit. Now imagine applying that same principle to every area of your life you want to improve. Imagine if eating healthy, exercising regularly, managing your finances wisely, and nurturing your relationships all felt as natural and necessary as brushing your teeth. That's the life-changing potential of forcing yourself to develop good habits. It's about creating a new normal for yourself, a normal where success, growth, and fulfillment are simply part of your daily routine. But it all starts with that initial push. It starts with forcing yourself to do what's right, not what's easy. It starts with choosing discomfort in the short term for incredible rewards in the long term. So ask yourself, what's one good habit you could start forcing yourself to do today? What's one small change that could set off a chain reaction of positive growth in your life? Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to meditate or plan your day. Maybe it's replacing one unhealthy snack with a piece of fruit. Maybe it's saving 10 of each paycheck, no matter how tight money feels. Maybe it's calling a loved one every week to nurture that relationship. So whatever it is, commit to it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, now. Force yourself to take that first step. Push through the initial resistance, because on the other side of that resistance is everything you've ever wanted. Remember, your life changes the moment you make a new, congruent, and committed decision. So make that decision right now. Decide that from this moment forward, you're going to be the kind of person who forces themselves to develop good habits. Decide that you're no longer going to let momentary discomfort hold you back from long-term success. Decide that you're going to push yourself, challenge yourself, and grow yourself into the person you know you can be. Because here's the truth. The person you are destined to become is already inside you. All those dreams, all that potential, it's all there waiting to be unleashed. And the only thing standing between you and that incredible future is your willingness to force yourself out of your comfort zone. So embrace the discomfort, welcome the challenge. Force yourself to do what's right, not what's easy, because that's where true growth happens. That's where transformation occurs. Think about the most successful people you know or admire. Do you think they always feel motivated? Do you think they never struggle with self-doubt or laziness? Of course not. The difference is they've learned to push through those feelings. They've learned to force themselves to take action, regardless of how they feel in the moment. They understand a fundamental truth: feelings follow action. You don't have to feel motivated to start. You have to start to feel motivated. You don't have to feel confident to take action. You have to take action to build confidence. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. The perfect moment is now, and you become ready by doing, not by waiting. Force yourself to take that first step, then the next, then the next. Before you know it, you'll have built unstoppable momentum. You'll have created new neural pathways in your brain. You'll have reshaped your identity. And that's when life gets truly exciting. Because once you prove to yourself that you can change one habit, you realize you have the power to change anything. Your entire life opens up with possibilities. Imagine waking up each day full of energy and purpose, excited for the day ahead. Imagine tackling challenges with confidence, knowing you have the discipline and resilience to push through any obstacle. Imagine looking in the mirror and feeling proud of the person you've become, knowing that you've forced yourself to grow and evolve every single day. This isn't just a fantasy. This can be your reality, but it starts with a decision. It starts with forcing yourself to develop good habits, one day at a time. Remember, small hinges swing big doors. The tiny choices you make each day might seem insignificant in the moment, but they compound over time into remarkable results. Every time you force yourself to follow through on a good habit, you're not just changing your behavior, you're changing your life. So embrace the struggle, welcome the resistance. Force yourself to do what's hard now so that everything becomes easier later. Push yourself beyond what you thought possible and watch as your limits expand. Because here's the incredible truth: there is no limit to how much you can improve. There is no ceiling on your potential. The only constraints are the ones you place on yourself. And the moment you decide to force yourself beyond those self-imposed limits, you enter a world of infinite possibility. Think about that. Really let it sink in. You have the power right now to completely transform your life, not through some magical shortcut or secret formula, but through the simple, powerful act of forcing yourself to develop good habits. It won't be easy. There will be days when every fiber of your being wants to give up, to fall back into old patterns. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days when forcing yourself to follow through will yield the greatest rewards. Because every time you push through resistance, you grow stronger. Every time you choose the hard right over the easy wrong, you build character. Every time you force yourself to do what you know you should, even when you don't feel like it, you're sculpting yourself into the person you're meant to be. And here's the beautiful part. As you continue to force yourself to develop good habits, those habits start to take on a life of their own. They start to pull you forward. What once required immense willpower now feels natural and energizing. You'll find yourself craving the gym instead of dreading it. You'll look forward to tackling challenging projects at work instead of procrastinating. You'll automatically reach for healthy foods instead of junk. You'll prioritize saving and investing without even thinking about it. This is the power of ingrained good habits. They create a positive feedback loop that propels you towards success in every area of your life. And it all starts with that initial push, that willingness to force yourself out of your comfort zone. So I challenge you to, starting today, force yourself to develop one new good habit. Just one, commit to it fully. No excuses, no days off. Push through the initial discomfort. Embrace the struggle. Because on the other side of that struggle is everything you've ever wanted. On the other side of that struggle is the best version of yourself waiting to be unleashed. Remember, life changes when you change, and you have the power to change right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when the conditions are perfect. Force yourself to take that first step. Force yourself to push beyond your limits. Force yourself to become the person you know you can be, because you are capable of so much more than you realize. You have untapped potential just waiting to be unleashed, and the only thing standing between you and that incredible future is your willingness to force yourself to develop good habits. So make the decision right now. Commit to forcing yourself to grow, to improve, to evolve every single day. Embrace the challenge, welcome the discomfort, because that's where true transformation occurs. Your future self is watching you right now, hoping you'll make the right choice, hoping you'll force yourself to take that first step toward a better life. Don't let them down. Don't let yourself down. Take action now. Force yourself to develop good habits and watch as your entire life transforms before your eyes. Remember, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Choose discipline. Choose growth. Choose to force yourself beyond your perceived limits. Because on the other side of that forced effort is a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of purpose, passion, and unlimited potential. And it all starts with one decision, one action, one habit. So what are you waiting for? The time is now. Force yourself to take that first step. Your future self will thank you for it,